Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond the Edge of Owlsgard. In the last episode we started off the game and now we are in the pub. We are going to look at all these people here.
Hedgehogs, a nightmare during every pogo. He seems to be suppressing his fear quite well. The mead certainly does the trick. He looks exhausted. Not bad. This nice rhythm helps me to not go completely crazy right now. Otherwise, my state of mind feels more similar to a mosh pit.
Alright.
One of those bands? Paw Jam or something?
Paw Jam, alright. So let's start talking.
Hello there!
Greetings, my friend.
The music's alright, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite nice, but it's also kind of mainstream. The songs are catchy, but the chord progressions are a bit predictable and quite overused nowadays. They only use power chords in every song. I like it a bit more alternative.
Tell me more.
I know a hedgehog band that is totally my jam!
Oh, hedgehogs. I heard that the noise of their spikes scratching on their instruments is almost unbearable live.
Yes, but they do that on purpose and it's called a stylistic element. Sometimes the scratching gets so loud that you can't even hear the rest of the instruments. And often, the amount of scratching even reaches more than 200 scratches per minute.
I think I heard something about that once. My great-grandfather couldn't stand that style of music at all. He liked more melodic choruses with punchy deer roar.
I believe you. Older folks can't stand music like this. But every genre has to evolve at some point, doesn't it? Where would we be if we only rehashed the old stuff?
Well, I'm more of a nostalgic person. I don't mind that so much.
Oh, and by the way, let me tell you about this. Groups of howler monkeys and pistol shrimps are currently forming new bands a few towns from here. And it sounds so rad. The hottest dung ever, according to some connoisseur circles.
Rad. I'll remember that. I had a band once too. Me on the lute, a peacock on the vocals, and a giant hamster on the drums. But soon that hamster had crammed so much junk into the rehearsal room that we had no space left to practice. Occasionally, even pieces of our equipment had disappeared into his cheeks. One day, it was clear to us. We had to kick him out.
That sucks.
To move on to another topic.
Okay.
What do you think of the wolves?
What? Wolves? Where? Help!
Easy! I just wanted to ask.
Please, don't scare me like that.
I can tell you don't seem to trust them very much.
It took me 2 days to gather the courage to go outside again. Like any smart hedgehog, I had holed up in my house and lain in the corner of my room, curled up into a spiky ball. After all, the wolves could be anywhere.
Oh, come on.
Also, this morning I heard something scratch at my window. I immediately knew that this could only be the terrible claws of a wolf.
Oh no! Did you get help?
It was just a branch, but my hedgehog sense tells me that next time it may be a wolf. It wouldn't surprise me if those guys are walking around the houses at this very moment to seek out their next meal among us. As soon as the concert is over, I will immediately hole up in my house again. It's way too dangerous out here.
You seem awfully scared of them.
Of course! Hasn't anyone ever told you those old stories about them? Terrible stories about what those guys do to their victims? How they show no mercy once they get you? How their teeth shatter every bone of their victim into millions of bloody pieces just by touching them? How they grab your neck and wring it as if it's an old washcloth?
Apparently not the R-rated versions.
Those are much worse.
Do you think that the wolves are behind all this?
What do you mean by that? What other animal could create such havoc?
That's a very, very good question.
Okay, listen. I appreciate someone like you who thinks ahead and looks for other causes. But listen to me. My great-great-grandmother taught me one thing.
Oh, sorry.
When there is destruction and death, only the wolves can be behind it. And in that case, we have no choice but to act immediately.
Enough of this. Will the king make it all right?
You bet. I have complete confidence in him. If he deals with the wolves just as thoughtfully as his father did, everything will soon be back on track. The bards will surely dedicate many songs to our king afterwards. But hopefully not mainstreamy stuff like that over there. There should be more semitone scales.
Have you seen a deer family?
I'm sorry, dude, but I haven't. It was those darn wolves again, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
It seems like more animals are disappearing by the hour. We can only hope things will be resolved when the king intervenes.
I'll be on my way.
Stay vigilant.
Okay, so let's talk to the cats.
So, does the mead taste good?
It at least makes everything a bit more bearable.
You seem quite exuberant.
Let's just say I'm slowly coming to terms with the current situation. For now. And by the way, this isn't my first mead either. Want me to buy you one?
Thanks, but I need a clear head right now. The music is quite nice, isn't it?
I'm really glad that, despite everything, a certain normality is still being retained here. And to be honest, I'm only here to throw my legs back and forth. You know, to shake off all the overwhelming anxiety. But I'm already dreading the moment when the music is over and the worrying starts again.
Can you tell me what's going on right now?
I wish I could. At the moment, I feel reminded of those long-gone times that my great-great-grandfather used to tell me about. Those dangerous times when the wolves still lived and hunted freely among us. It was a real blessing for us that the wolves were eventually driven back into their closed-off territory.
So you don't seem to be too fond of the wolves either.
When I was little, I was downright obsessed with the culture and lifestyle of the wolves. I pestered my great-grandfather with countless questions, and he could answer each of them with a true horror story. One thing he told me is that any form of art is completely unknown to wolves. Not a single pencil or brush could ever be held by one of their massive paws, solely because they are only shaped for grabbing and crushing our necks.
Sounds unpleasant.
The only thing they'd ever call art are the deep red blood puddles that their victims leave on the ground.
That must have spoiled your curiosity, huh?
Pretty much. Actually, I'd like to visit the wolves area one day and be convinced of the opposite. But surely there's a reason why these old stories exist.
Do you think the king can handle this?
Oh, you know, I can't really form an opinion on that. Regarding the tension with the wolves, the royal family has only been doing, let's say, damage control in the last few centuries. Sometimes I wonder if diplomatic negotiations with the wolves might be possible. But the wolves seem to be nasty, unpredictable guys. And that's why such a proposal would certainly cause an outcry among many animals.
My family is missing.
Oh no, how awful! What happened?
They came from my parents' house. Everyone is gone.
At the moment, no one is really safe anymore.
Did you happen to see two deer? About my size, a little older, graying fur?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but no. But I'll keep all of my paws crossed that nothing bad has happened to them.
Okay. So apparently the wolves are to be blamed for everything, and we already know that that is not true, so... Okay, let's keep on digging though.
To move on to another topic. It was nice chatting. I gotta go.
It's best to stay in town until things get back to normal.
Okay, wait, have I forgotten?
Does the meat taste good?
No, it seems like we have exhausted all
nice.
options. Okay, so...
He looks exhausted.
Let's talk to the ambassador.
Hey, can I interrupt you?
Go ahead, go ahead.
How was work?
I'll tell you, it's extremely occupying. Leisure time is increasingly becoming a foreign word to me, but it fills me with the deepest pride to be the most important stork with the biggest beak in the land. What sound, other than the one of my voice, would be better suited to instantly reach the ears of every animal?
Okay, what about if we go with the second option here?
The scratching of nails on a chalkboard?
Ha ha! I'm about to choke on my mead.
How will the king proceed with his plan?
Oh, our great king has come up with a whole lot of great things. I was informed that the rock walls around the wolves area will be raised, by several meters to be exact. These walls will be guarded around the clock by a specially trained fighting force of merciless gray squirrels. Traps will be set and watchtowers will be built. In addition, the entrance gates to that area will be secured by 50 separate locking mechanisms.
Honestly, it sounds absolutely awful. Is there another way to handle this?
You are absolutely right. I myself am downright appalled by the king's decision.
Oh?
The measures should be much more drastic. Our king is too kind with those ruffians. If I were in charge, I would take all the actions to give the wolves the good old-fashioned beating they deserve. Then there would finally be peace.
Ah, I see. What kind of traps are we talking about?
Currently, hundreds of singing bard parrots are being trained to reach certain pitches that are absolutely unbearable for wolf ears. These parrots will then be placed at strategically selected points in the forest, where they will sing like there's no tomorrow. If this tactic doesn't work, we'll resort to harsher measures.
Wait a minute. You don't mean...
Yes, I do! The most beautiful poker hits from all over Velahill.
But this method was only used for war purposes.
Indeed, but great dangers require drastic measures.
Okay.
Change the subject, please. Why would the wolves attack us again?
I beg your pardon? What a question! They are wolves, after all.
But there have been no attacks for a long time.
Those ruffians are simply unpredictable.
I don't know if this is the right approach. Did you see a deer family on the way?
I am so sorry, but no.
Didn't you perhaps notice something after all? It's 2 deer anywhere?
As you may have been able to tell, my head is almost bursting with instructions from the king. Thus, I am simply not able to help you look for your parents. Phew! As you can see, it is downright exhausting to be as important as me.
Okay, so we have talked about everything,
I
huh?
gotta go.
Trust in the king.
Alright, before I talk to the musicians, I wanna try...
Squeeze into this thing against my will. Spikes sting like crazy. Not only that, it also makes me look like a complete idiot. Let's get it off. It doesn't help me here.
Interesting. Okay, so this is a wolf costume. So let's open here, take this one.
I'll put it on. I like my usual shirt better. That being said, this thing doesn't do me any good here.
So that's a frog costume. And this...
Let's see if it fits.
Tomato.
Too big and not really my taste either. All that aside, it doesn't do me any good here.
Okay, oh, and we got party gear. Try on all the costumes. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so we do have 3 different costumes here. Let's have a look at the bands.
Or maybe that's Silver Bear. Could also be the Smashing Puppies.
Okay, some puns on some 90s bands here.
Maybe the Screaming Eels after all. Wait, that's Jays of the New! Or a Lizard in Chains?
Lizard in
I got it.
chains.
The Stone Temple Peacocks. However, they also sound a bit like 9-inch whales, but that's almost a different genre. There was also Sharky Playground. Now it reminds me more of King's Axolot. Come on, it's the guys from Owlsgard. But actually, it could still be Paw Jam.
And, of course, grunge never died. Let Finn guess all the band names. Okay, so let's talk to the guys.
Woohoo! Yeah! Awesome! I hope that's how you do it nowadays.
Okay, so we can't talk to the guys. And I suppose... Oh, let's look at the
Nice
visitors.
to see animals still going to concerts in this age of house music.
Okay. Okay, let's talk to
They'd
them.
rather listen to the music than my voice.
Yeah, that was to be expected, so... Okay, so maybe we can put something in that mug?
Tasty!
Can we try to pick it up?
My personal relationship with the ambassador is not so close that I would sip from one cup with him.
Okay, what happens if we pull it?
The mead would just spill on the floor and some poor underpaid cleaner would need to wipe it away.
And if we try to push
The
it?
mead would just spill...
Okay, alright. So let's get outside again. And... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I didn't have a look at this
Provides
fountain.
cool refreshment for the animals on hot days. If only the sparrows wouldn't leave their business in there. Someone left a thing there on the brim. A piece of soap.
Oh, okay, so we got some soap. So can we use the soap with the
This doesn't
costume?
need cleaning.
No, it doesn't. Okay, but we got something and apparently we will need it, so... What happens if we use it?
A subtle aftertaste of soap.
Okay, soap water connoisseur. Okay, ugh. Alright. Okay, what are we supposed to do? I wanna go back to the forest for the time being. And we had a look at the...
Something must have happened here. The
Can-
soil is still fresh.
So we know that the Dogomir can...
I'll take some soil from the footprints.
Aha, okay. We can go this path and go to this path. Okay, what is... Oh.
I
Okay.
still remember these strange fish too well. Peaceful, but known for their enormous jaw strength. Every
Oh.
razor blade is a joke compared to those teeth.
Okay, can we talk to that?
Hey, little buddy. Aw, come on. No need to be rude. It definitely hasn't gotten any smaller over the last few years. There seems to be a small hole between the roots. I don't want to disturb the tree with that.
What about the soap?
I don't want to disturb the tree with that.
I do get that though. Okay. There is something here, huh? Okay. What about this?
The entrance to the forbidden forest of the wolves. My father used to go
Aha.
crazy if I dared to explore the area beyond this gate.
Can we open it?
The dreaded forest of the wolves. The part of this forest where the entire wolf population has been brought to. Strange. The door has been unlocked.
We could go inside. I don't want to yet though. Let's have a look at the
Ever
swamp.
since I can remember, this swamp has been as thick as spinach, where you never know what's crawling in it. Nutty.
Swamp water connoisseur. Okay, so we can always, if it's some kind of water, we can always drink it. So, and we will always get an achievement for that. So that's nice. Okay, so let's go to this path because apparently there is nothing else going on here, and this will just have us return.
This sight breaks my heart.
But we can go inside, it seems.
Sight
Huh.
No.
Okay, can we
It's
open the...
already open. The door is missing completely.
So we can't go inside?
She was just as tiny as me when I was a fawn.
Okay. So apparently we can't do anything here right now. But we do have the footprints now, and Dogomir can help us. We can give the soil to Dogomir.
Strange. I smell an intense and very strange note. They are the fleas of my great-grandfather. Usually I'm known for my sense of smell, but I can't place the note.
No problem, but could you pick up the scent of it?
Give me the gold piece and then follow me.
Oh, smell later. Okay. Find the right item for Dogomir. Oh, okay, that's where we're supposed to go, to the mole mines. We could also go to the coast. Okay, I want to go to the Magpies first, though. Uh-huh.
Who announced your presence with it?
Okay, so let's pull
To
it.
do that, I first have to climb the rock.
Mm-hmm.
The busy guard walks back and forth.
Is there anything else that we can do here? Okay, we can look at the
I
birdhouses.
wonder how many shiny things have already disappeared into these little houses. I don't want to provoke the magpie's anger. The magpies in it would get dizzy.
That's true. Okay, let's talk to this magpie then.
To do that, I first have to climb the rock.
So... okay. Can we do that in some kind of
To
way?
do that,
Aha, okay. Now we can talk.
good day, dear magpie.
I am only on guard duty here. If you have something important to say to our dear Queen Elena, ring the bell and let your voice be heard.
What is the guard duty like?
Oh, please spare me your chatter.
All right. Rather loud speaking to. Can I have it?
No, never.
This thing could prove to be quite useful.
Doing that would endanger my job as a guard. You can get that idea out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Can I exchange the speaking tube for something? Anything fancy you might like?
No,
Haha! You considered it for a moment.
no, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I won't bother you any further.
Thank you.
Okay, we will get that thing at some point, it seems. Let's use the bell.
A stranger wishes to be granted an audience.
1 moment, please. Who dares to disturb me? Ooh, now that's one handsome visitor. I don't see you deer around here very often.
Oh, stop! This always makes me blush.
We should meet for coffee and grain.
Flirty Finn.
sometime. Your treat, of course.
To be honest, that's not why I'm here.
Aw, what a pity! Then surely you want to see all the shining riches we magpies have piled up.
No, not that either.
Oh, what?
How dare you!
What could possibly be more important than these wonderful treasures?
What's the situation here?
We magpies cannot complain at all, honestly. I don't understand why the town animals are making such a fuss at the moment. You can see by looking at us that nothing bad will happen to you if you just keep quiet and stay calm. But the town animals have always been like that. They should count their gold coins more often. It always calms the nerves.
Something bad has happened to my family.
A little more specific, please.
My parents have disappeared without a trace, and I'm looking for them everywhere. Have you magpies seen anything?
We have certainly noticed that quite a few animals have been kidnapped recently. I hate to cause frown lines on your handsome face, but unfortunately we didn't see anything.
Do you have any guesses?
Well, rumor has it that the wolves may have something to do with it. But let's be honest, it has become quite popular to declare wolves as scapegoats for every disaster.
Yeah, it seems
The
like
wolves
that.
may be a peculiar pack.
A quite uneducated and illiterate bunch.
Shut up over there! But I must say that in all these years, we magpies have never had any conflicts with them. In fact, I would say that something else is going on here, but I have not dealt with it in more detail. I have other things to do. After all, my magnificent gold coins don't polish themselves.
I wonder if you could help me.
You are really going out on a limb there.
I must apologize. I have a lot to do right now. Around this time of day, I'm usually busy feasting my eyes on those shiny, shiny treasures.
You're kidding, right?
Are you sure you don't want to take a look yourself? The
sparkle of our jewelry is sure to take your mind off things until your parents return.
What did I actually expect here? Let's talk about something nicer. Could I borrow some money here? Surely you've got enough and can lend a poor fellow like me a hand.
Do my ears deceive me?
Excuse me? Do I look like I can just throw money out the window?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
All right, I understand.
Okay.
Must learn to take care of themselves. Even a humble animal like me had to learn early on that in order to get ahead in life, you need to put in the effort yourself. Imagine that. From an early age, I had to get by with only 1 million gold coins.
Time is of the essence. I've got to go.
Sure you don't want to take a peek at our glittering treasures after all?
I'll pass. Thank you.
Oh, typical forest animal.
Oh boy, these magpies are just the little egocentrics I always thought they were.
Alright guys, we have hit the end of the episode mark, so if you want to know what is up with those moles that the scent from the dog and stuff, and also the coast, which I also want to visit, you'll have to tune in next time for Beyond the Edge of Owlsgard. See you then.